Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. I hope you guys are ready for your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness, because it is finally here. The time of year that I have been longing for and dreading ever since the season closed back in January. It is finally time for Illinois Archery season 2019. Now, I've been longing for it because I love the thrill of the chase. I've been dreading it because I'm basically like a campfire legend amongst the whitetail. They tell stories about how they faced Tex Grebner and came away unscathed. However, at this point, I might as well be sponsored by Acme because Wile E. Coyote is my spirit animal, and you really can't make most of this stuff up. It's just too dumb. Now, if you guys want to support the channel in a way beyond simply watching the videos, you can go to TexGrebnerOutdoors.com. Check out the Make It Weird shirt, Make It Weird sticker, the Life Ain't Like the Pornos, Hunting Ain't Like the TV Show shirt, and of course, the Kill with Stick shirt. If you guys are looking for a discount on all your trad life supplies, you can go to threeriversarchery.com, check out their merchandise. Use the discount code of Tex Grebner in your checkout. It will give you a shipping discount, and it will also show your support for Tex Grebner Outdoors. And you don't have to be in real good shape to be a good hunter. But as a hunter, you will never regret being in good shape. So if you're looking for a reason to start a fitness journey, or you need motivation to continue a fitness journey, I strongly recommend that you check out traintohunt.com, become involved in the Train to Hunt National Championship, and I hope to see you guys at a Train to Hunt Challenge one of these years, and at the Train to Hunt National. You don't have to be in good shape to be a good hunter, but as a hunter, you will never regret being in good shape, and I'd really love to see more traditional bow hunters involved in the Train to Hunt movement. Now, the truth is that I bring you the reality of the Illinois archery season. I bring you reality. This is so dumb you just can't make it up. That's just the way that it works. Now, if you live in a different reality than me, good for you. Super glad for you. Granted, in my own way, I do have a bit of a charmed life as well. It's just, I've got a whitetail curse. But hunting is a visceral mystery, and you never know what's going to happen on a hunt. So I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy this year's episodes of Tex Grebner Outdoors Illinois Archery Season 2019.
Well, I'm hours away from the opening day for Illinois Archery Season 2019. We have had 5 solid days of rain. The creek has gone from a gentle trickle over some rocks to a raging torrent that is an 8-foot deep death trap of current and tangled up barbed wire from washed out fences. My best stand is over there. I can't get to that side of the creek without crossing a property line, and so that is pointless. As you can see, there's a tree that is hung up in front of the trail where the deer would cross the creek to begin with, which makes this stand here basically pointless because I set it in anticipation of catching the deer coming across the creek. And so I'm pretty well screwed as far as being able to access my good stand, because I'm not taking a swim across the creek with $2,000 worth of film equipment on my back and hope that I don't drown and hope that my dry bag is actually waterproof. So that stand over there is going to have to wait. I'm not going to probably be able to hunt opening day anyways, because that's the day that we're doing our roundup and weaning off the calves. So I'm probably going to have a pretty shitty opening week. Hopefully before the leaves fall off the trees, the creek goes down so that I can actually walk across it. But I'm just going to make the best of what I've got. And yeah, I'm not thrilled about it, but I bring you the reality of the Illinois archery season. And it's September 30th. And I'm not real happy about my chances for the early season. Well, this isn't exactly ideal, but I've got the hillside here, and I've got a little ground set, and as you can see, I've got honeysuckle, and I've got 2 shooting lanes here and here. And we had a lot of fence damage from trees that blew down on the fence, so when we took the chainsaw and cut it, then I had Dad shovel it with the loader up here against these honeysuckles. And so I know that the deer walk past this hillside, and hopefully if they come this way or this way hugging the cover, this should at least get me a fairly decent shot opportunity if a deer walks by. But I'm the king of plans that are just dumb enough to work, and most of the time, as you've seen, they almost work. Now, ideally, truthfully, I think that it would be epic to get a whitetail with a recurve inside 10 yards on the ground. Just straight up count and coo. So, until the creek goes down and I can get over there to my good stand, this may be the best that I can come up with. Well, that's actually a pretty fine group. Well, we've got one set sorted out and weaned off so far. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes as to whether or not I manage to get to the woods. So the fun begins again. Get hip, 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 get, 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 hip, hip. Well, about 2 feet away from where I've got my setup in the wood pile here on the hillside. So to start things off, the wind's totally wrong. It's 80 degrees. I don't think I have a chance in hell of seeing something, but I got done doing the cowboy shit, so it's opening day. Here goes nothing. I did at least cut a trail down this hill so that I could get in from the top and not spook everything out opening the gate at the bottom. This is the first year in a long time, ever since I quit my job at the grain elevator to come home and work the ranch full time and do Tex Grebner Outdoors full time, that I haven't actually been able to hunt opening morning. And I truly missed the phantasmagoria before dawn. We're out there in that darkness, all the dreams, hopes, and prayers of an entire year get to live. And the sun comes up, and it washes away the phantasmagoria and the mist of darkness, and leaves you with nothing but cruel reality. But in this case, I missed out on it all because I was busy doing cowboy stuff. Now, about noon, we got to a stopping point for lunch, and I decided that I was going to fast instead and came in here, discovered that I had a yellow jacket nest behind my stand, which was all kinds of fun, and I put in some camera mounts for the evening hunt. The creek is still too fast and too high for me to actually get to any of my other stands,
But the weather was absolutely beautiful tonight, and so I had an excellent sit in a cut-off shirt feeding the mosquitoes. Now, I'll take an 80-degree day in October over a negative 10 degree in January any day of the week, even if the chances of seeing a deer on both days are about even. Now, the truth is that as the sun goes down and the temperature drops, you start to think to yourself, oh man, if something's going to happen, what if something happens? Getting close. And then the sun goes down and the hunt ends. But the excitement and the anticipation remain.
Get. Hip. Get. Hip. Got the roundup done. Got some mowing done. And while I don't have high hopes, the wind's at least in my face, and the temperature's down, and we got a little bit of rain, so that's why I've got the trekking pole so that I don't slide down the hill.
One of the funnier things that I deal with is when people ask me why I don't have a podcast. Well, the truth is that there's already enough people in the world that don't like me. Me having a podcast isn't going to help drop that number because I don't filter myself particularly well. And I have been doing this for a long time, and I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot about people. I know what goes on behind the scenes, a lot of the time at least. So I have some very socially unpalatable opinions that are socially unpalatable because they're ironically true. For instance, for years now, people on social media have been making it so that the only way you can be hip, cool, and valid is to hunt the public lands in the West. Well, it's public land. If you've got the money, you can actually go and do it. They also, on the other hand, do not like when people come and utilize the public lands and drop their tag draw odds into the basement. However, I also find that it takes a special type of viewer to be interested in Tex Grebner Outdoors. I feel like I appeal to the young, adult, angry population of the outdoor population because you probably don't have a whole bunch of disposable income to go utilize those public lands like me. You probably hunt on small plots of private land that are not managed for deer quality and are not manicured for deer forage. You hunt as much as you can, and you're probably like me in the sense that you can't wait to get out hunting, and then you're on stand for about 45 minutes, and then you think, man, I ain't gonna see shit. And you're right. So I really appreciate everybody that actually likes me, because there's plenty of people in the world that don't like me.
Well, as you might have guessed, I didn't get to go hunting today. But at least I got my workout in, and I hope that it doesn't rain. I'm going to try and get up and go in the morning, but I'm also not a morning person. So we'll see how this works out. Hopefully it doesn't rain so the creek has a chance to go down. The slow descent into madness has begun. You know how I bring you true reality. Now, in this case, at least the wind is gonna be in my face coming in tonight and sitting on stand, but you can always tell when somebody doesn't necessarily live in your reality, because they're always like, well, why don't you come in the other side? Excuse the hell out of me. There's only one way into most people's property. Congratulations if you've got a ranch road circling your timber. Not how real life hunting works for small plot whitetail hunters. So I'm fixing to either be real happy or real disappointed, because I don't actually know if the creek is down enough for me to get in there. And you may be wondering, why am I talking? Well, the answer is I'm wearing hip boots, so I'm going to be squeaking my way down the hill anyways. There's no point in trying to be quiet. Well, the creek's running a little fast yet, but it's at least not as bad as it was before. So hopefully the current doesn't knock me down. But at least it's not neck deep anymore. And shouldn't be up over my hip boots.
I'm really not good at waking up in the morning to go hunting. We've all probably done it. You lay in bed thinking about what may happen on the next hunt that you go out on, and you're so damn excited and playing out possible scenarios in your head, and in my case, trying to guess the correct ambush point in the high-stakes game of whack-a-mole. And it gets to be the wee hours of the morning and you still haven't been able to fall asleep, and you realize if you don't stay up, you won't be up. Well, I couldn't afford to stay up because I knew that I'd be shot to shit the next day, and so I went to sleep and I missed the morning hunt. But I was at least extremely happy when I drove by the pasture and looked under the bridge and saw that the creek was down significantly, that it was possible that I might get to hunt this stand. Well, it came to a point where I realized that I probably wasn't going to see anything. But it was so damn exciting, because when the woods are lush and verdant and there's so much mystery left, every rustle of a leaf, every squirrel is just excitement inducing, because you can't see and you know if you get a shot that it's going to be close and you're going to have to act fluid and fast. And with the creek in the background, it makes it so hard to even listen because it floods your ears. And so, once it became apparent that I wasn't actually going to see anything tonight, I decided I'd better jockey around this stand. Now, just to clarify, for those of you who don't know the rules of the chase in Illinois, we are not allowed to hunt over salt. We are not allowed to hunt over bait. We can use food plots, but I find them to be pretty useless. So if any of you are wondering why I don't have a corn pile, filming outdoor entertainment is difficult. In my case, you got to play the high-stakes game of whack-a-mole to try and figure out where the deer are organically going to show up at. You've also got to get your cameras into position once they do show up without spooking them off. Then you got to try and make the shot with a struggle stick. And, in my case especially, I have to come up with new and interesting ways on voiceover of explaining that somehow I didn't see a damn thing and still keep it interesting where you guys are going to want to watch. Now the trouble is, while I have a charmed life in some senses, I deal in reality, and this is just the way that it works. Here on Tex Grebner Outdoors, I bring you the reality of bow hunting, the way that I bow hunt, and you literally can't make this stuff up. Now, I did not see anything all week. I didn't even see deer when I was driving down the road. Weather's still pretty warm. Almost none of the crops are out of the fields yet. So there's food, water, and cover literally everywhere. It's too early for the rut. They've got no reason to move. And as far as I can tell, there's not a whole lot of hunting pressure to push them around. Nothing I can do about it. Overall, I'd say that I had a hell of a lot of fun the first week of the season here. I could still break the whitetail curse because it's a long season. Now, to be honest with you, I would really love to show up on here with bloody hands next week and be able to tell you that I broke the whitetail curse. But hunting is a visceral mystery, and you never know what's going to happen on a hunt. Now, just continuing on with the thought that I had in my last hunt there, we can't bait here in Illinois. Now, that means no corn, no apples, no salt, no nothing. So if you're wondering why you can kill a pile of deer off a pile of corn and Tex Grebner is the world's worst deer hunter, well, guess what? Take away the corn and we'll see how you do. Granted, when it's legal or where it's legal, I'm not above using corn. I just have to deal with the state laws in my state. And whether you think it's stupid, that's fine. But there's been enough scandals in the outdoor world over the years that I am not about to sacrifice integrity for success. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this week's episode of Tex Grebner Outdoors. Life ain't like the pornos and hunting ain't like the TV shows, and damned if Wile E. Coyote ain't my spirit animal. Now I admit I almost want to make a shirt that says traditional bow hunters, Mother Nature's cuckolds. However, I don't think that I could get away with selling a t-shirt like that. It's bad enough that I've got a life ain't like the pornos, hunting ain't like the TV show shirt, even if a Mother Nature's cuckold traditional bow hunter shirt would just be hilarious. Anyhow, as always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please check out my friends over at threeriversarchery.com. Thank you very much to those who are involved in law enforcement and those who serve in the military. And thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.